It's your code, just so you know. And I'm coming to you with a real quick, slick video.
So let's begin. A little something about myself. When I was younger, my sibling would give me a pair of pants. And like when that trend was going on with the one shorts and the one side of the pants. Yeah, she wanted to do that. So it was a lady who had basically stopped us, and she actually saw like, oh yeah, doing something different. I don't know if it was too much different, but she actually paid us. But it wasn't until 2015 that I would watch YouTube videos with Miss Yo So Fabulous TV being a little inspiration from having a skirt and then, cutting around and then basically making something from that skirt. And then Professor Pincushion, and then as well as Mimi G. Now, Mimi G, she was having online sewing courses called Sword Academy. That was probably around 2016, I believe. And I'm more of a visual plus a hands-on learner, but I still wanted to learn how to sew. You can start and finish whenever you wanted to. So I would do a little things here and there. Now, 2017, she was having a sewing conference that I did want to attend. I know she had more sewing conferences before, but this was the last one. So I did want to attend that for sure. And then she even had a fashion show that's included within the conference. I wish I would have been doing this, but I wasn't sewing back then. So you would get one of her simplicity patterns and you would make something from it and be able to get up on that runway and show what you was working with. And I love to be able to get a chance to get up on the runway and show what I used to do, back in the day. It wasn't too old. I'm going to talk like I'm old or something. So, of course, I was scared because I had to basically make something and I had to get up on the runway. Of course, it wasn't the best, but I got up there like it was the best thing smoking. With that thrill up there, I was even more excited to sew. So, of course, I was still taking Sew Academy classes online. But then I actually wanted to take physical classes. So probably around September of 2018, I did see like a little commercial, so cliche, I know, of a fashion design program within my local area. So I would sign up an appointment through them. And then I would have orientation probably around October. I had this one Russian teacher. She was so strict and she wanted you to do everything precise. With her wanting to be so precise and so correctly, you would look at your project and okay, what is she going to point out? What am I doing wrong? That's what actually made me so appreciative of that, because I can go to her whenever I wanted to. Before classes, she would have tutoring for anybody who wanted to come, whether it was me going to her with questions on my project, making sure the lines were clean, being able to ask her questions as far as the different techniques I would see on Project Runway, as far as the ripping of the fabric, pulling of the fabric, and everything like that. I was asking her all kind of questions. I was getting on my nerves. I was asking other teacher questions, and I actually had a fun learning process during the time of me being there. Unfortunately, I had to leave the physical school due to an unfortunate incident, but I was still taking online classes, and I'm still taking online classes until I'm able to transfer to a school out here in Chicago. I wasn't too focused on applying to a lot of schools because I only had one school in mind. I know that sounds kind of crazy because what if you ain't get in? But I wasn't going to apply to the school at first because they had a deadline that was slowly approaching for the program that they didn't want to enter into. The requirements were to submit a portfolio digitally, answer a writing prompt, and then conduct an interview/audition. So what I called myself doing was doing the writing prompt first for the portfolio, do the application, so gather all the transcripts from my old previous schools, include that. And while I was doing the writing prompt for the portfolio, I saw that it was an essay for me to include the YUS College. So I did that. I was able to get in contact with the lady that was in charge of the YUS application process, and she said it was okay for me to go over the amount for the characters, but it wasn't okay for me to go over the amount for the portfolio itself. So what I did was save my portfolio for last, gather the inspiration for what I want the collection to be about, gather my color harmony following out of that, gather a group of images that will go and tie in nicely with the inspiration, gather the fabric that would go nicely with what I call my self making, and then draw the sketches out. Following the sketches, I was able to draw the flats, draw like a mini mock-up of what I wanted to look like lined up, and then drew my illustration. I basically painted the illustration, but put all it together, scanned it, put it in online for it to be like a full-out digital portfolio. I didn't really know what I was calling myself doing, but I did it, and I beat the deadline within a reasonable time. I think I beat it by the same day by 4 p.m. I caught myself doing what I had to do, but approximately 4 days after the deadline, I would say I did receive an email saying that I was accepted to the school. And if I was to be accepted to the school, then I would have to follow up with a day I would attend, call them in a day, as well as pay a deposit for me to hold those classes if I was to enroll in the fall. So of course I did accept the acceptance. And this is what it looks like. I already seen some people already opening theirs up. It say cue the confetti. Come on up. And then we got the coloring pencils as well as the empty book, I guess, for you to jot down for when you do attend a minutes day, as well as your acceptance. I did receive the Dean Scholarship, so overall I'm happy with that. I did not receive an email about for which I submitted my portfolio yet, but if I do enter it in, that'd be just as nice. So thank you. Stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe for more videos.